Alright, we have a pretty big opening today where I opened a 7-star crystal plus a lot of other stuff. So this all stemmed from my Gauntlet runs today. I did 2 runs. One run was with a pretty fun team containing Silk, Lady Deathstrike, and Moondragon, as well as some other characters. And the second one was just a pure, let's just get this done, because yeah, it was so boring. Like it's so much to do, and it's like 20 fights, and they have so much health. And it really just isn't that fun. So I was like, let's just speed through this. So I used my strongest champs, and Silk just did so well. So first we have this 6-star Nexus Crystal. These things are still pretty nice even today. So I want Electro and I want Scarlet Witch. And for obvious reasons, they are both very good for this current Battlegrounds meta, which I am pushing pretty hard. But more on that in a separate video. I'm currently at 300 points, and that is a pretty massive deal for me because I've never been that high before, and I want to keep it going. I want to keep pushing to like maybe even top 10, who knows. So I want to do some rank ups, and I need Scarlet Witch and Electro as well. So that is the point of this video, just trying to get those characters and just building up my stash for a massive rank up video that is coming out probably tomorrow, because I have to make some very weird rank ups, but honestly, I'm excited for it. I cannot wait for it, and if I get Electro or Scarlet Witch, even better. But here I get Dr. Voodoo, which is fine. He's a very cool character. I think he is still a ton of fun to play. Has he fallen off? Absolutely, but still is very enjoyable. Not Electro though, or not Scarlet Witch. Electro though, by the way, I have been hunting for a while now. Not just for this meta, but just for in general. I have hunted him for about over a year at this point. I've used like 3 Abyss Nexuses, like 10 Class Nexus Crystals, a ton of resources just trying to get Electro, and no luck at all. And it still pains me to this day. And now it's like truly biting me because he is super good for this meta. So it does really stink, but I still want him a ton because he's still one of my favorite champions in this game, just to play even. I think he's still super fun to play. So here I'm desperate. I just buy all the shards I can. I'm just trying to get this Electro or Scarlet Witch, and this crystal stops, and we get signature levels on the hood right next to Electro, which is just fantastic, man. You know, super exciting to see Electro right there next to the pick that I get. Very fun times. And yeah, it is what it is though. Here I do my second run. I use Kitty Pryde for a lot of it, and she is still, in my opinion, one of the best mutants out there. Like, I forgot how good she was, to be honest. She is an MVP and a half, and that's just an understatement. She is so strong still. And here's a Gauntlet complete. We form some catalysts, and these catalysts let me do 5 rank 4 champions. So the plan is 4 rank 4s for the crit me for your best shot meta, and then 1 is picked by my members, and I think the options are going to be Photon, Kindred, or Vox. So that's going to be very exciting because I think all 3 of those champions are very cool, and I cannot wait to see what my members pick. I hope they pick Vox, but we'll see what they pick. They do like all of them, but they really love Vox, so I think Vox will win, which is great. But now we have some more crystals to open here. I opened a 7-hour crystal and I got 2 Paragon crystals, which is, it seems like a good reward, but then you open the crystal and then you get stuff like this. So crystal number 1 is going to be a 4-star Quake, a champion that I forget exists at times because I just haven't heard her name in so long. 7 stars kind of just ended Quake, to be honest. Like, the health pools are too high. She just doesn't work pretty much anywhere. She does work, but it just takes too long for any reasonable human to do the fight, right? And the second one was just nothing, so very fun. And it is time for 6-star crystals again, trying to get that Scarlet Witch or Electro. Really just want these champions, really just want to get one of them at least. And first up is Luke Cage, who I think honestly should get a tune-up and then become a 7-star. That would just be fantastic. And next up we have Mr. Negative, who is also a 7-star soon. Or not also, but he will be a 7-star soon. Luke Cage will not yet. I don't know. He'd be a cool one, but if he was buffed. But yeah, no Electro, no Scarlet Witch. But then I checked my 7-star shard count, and I was very close to a 7-star crystal. So I do some very bad things. Well, first off, I want another shot at Scarlet Witch and Electro. I just want one of them, please. And I'm still hopeful. I'm like, you know what? I think this could be it because it only takes one crystal, right? You got to keep that in mind. It only takes one crystal. And so we land on Spider-Man Miles Morales, who I think honestly deserves a Hidden Gems video because he's not really talked about, but he's still super good. So I want to see how he performs in 2023, and I think he will do very, very well. And now he's max sig, so if I do a video on him, he'll be fully decked out, which is pretty cool. And I am close to a 7-star crystal, and I'm thinking, do I want to commit? Well, first, let's open up the Nexus crystal because that gives more shards. Looking for Electro, Scarlet Witch, or some max sig crystals, and I end up getting some very lackluster signature abilities, and this was just not fun at all. I was like, man, what the heck? But I got Elsa, so Elsa, if she wasn't a 7-star, I would rank up, and she is great for this meta too, so I might take her up anyway. Like, if the opponent runs recoil, no, if you run recoil, you can just trap people, and it's so cool. So maybe I do that. I don't know just yet. She's also super fun though, so there is that. I might take her up. I have to see. Like, she's a good defender and attacker, so there is some benefits for sure. And now we have these crystals because I was desperate. I was just looking for anything, any 7-star shards out there. I was like, please just give me something. And cab crystals are a disappointment yet again. Is what it is. I just need some 7-star shards because I want this 7-star crystal. And after some very poor decisions with my Battlegrounds tokens, I could afford a 7-star crystal. So here is who I want. I really want Mantis, and I really want Falcon. I would love Wong. I would love Hawkeye because he's one of my all-time favorites. Joe Fixit, Rocket Raccoon. Ideally, someone go for this meta, but even just a great champion in general would be pretty cool. So let's just see if I can get a good champion. And I was nervous here. My last crystal, I think, was a 7-star Domino dupe, which is decent, but I'm not too fussed about her, but she does do good on defense, so I guess I'll take it. So here we go. My next 7-star champion. I'm very nervous here. I just want a good pull. And after all that grinding for these shards, my reward for this is a 7-star version of Shuri, which is a great pull, man, because she is currently the most popular 7-star champion out there. And it's not really close. She is just talked about so much. She is ranked so high on so many tier lists. So I can finally experience what that hype is about. So I cannot wait for that. I cannot wait to make a video about her, just going over all of her abilities and just seeing how good she truly is. Because I've seen a ton of stuff about her already, and it is just all super positive. So I cannot wait for that, man. So yeah, let me know your thoughts on this opening. Let me know your thoughts on Shuri. And yes, about it for me.